So let's go back to our checklist before we proceed. Let's just see what we've done so far. Okay, so we've already pre-made our, just a review, we've already pre-made our panel, the ICP face. So that's done already, and we have resin printed our buttons here. Yep, so we've dried them, we've cleaned them up with alcohol, dry them completely under UV light, and we had to skip the board assembly because the soldering iron was busted, and we just received a new soldering iron today, so hopefully right after this we will be going ahead with that. Next is laser etching, cutting the button faces, so we have that right here. Those are the button faces, which we are now ready to glue into the buttons. And so this is what we'll be doing right now, assembling the individual buttons. Okay, which is pretty simple. I have a jig here made of silicone. Originally we made this so that we were resin casting our buttons before, which I may continue doing in the future because it's much cheaper, and the quality, I would say, is also quite good. So, well, but they're not as consistent with resin printing. With resin printing, I always get the results as expected. With resin casting, sometimes you'd have bubbles there. Yes, I do vacuum the resin before casting. What I don't have is a pressure pot for when I'm already doing the pour. So sometimes there would still be bubbles on the buttons, but I've managed to make a lot of good buttons that were casted. Let me see if I can show you an example. Anyway, yeah, so we're now using this as a jig. So what I'll do is put the face down there one at a time, and I'll be using CA glue just like this one. Just to make sure it's well attached. Okay, so let me go ahead with that. there's some dust there, it wouldn't attach perfectly. So just needed to make sure it's clean. Beside the enter, so they go together. Same color, but not the same height. The enter will always be taller than the rest. So especially when you're doing VR, it's easier to get your hands on. Get the feel of the entire keypad. Oops, sorry. So there's number 3. Yeah, it's easier to navigate through it. Aside from the, what do you call it, touch guide or something. Like this bumps here. It's supposed to orient you on the keypad. So having a raised enter key also helps. tried 3D printing the whole button, which is good, except that using FDM, because that's the only way you can have two colors, like white on the top. This is FDM printed. You wouldn't believe it's FDM printed. Like, the lines are really clear. I mean, very fine. I don't know if you can see it. No, it's my hand that's getting focused. Anyway, let's try to zoom it there. You can see that. That's all 3D printed. It's very fine, but except if you look closely on the surface, you can still see the lines. But I don't think you can on this shot. But you can still see the lines. And one thing about FDM printed stuff, it's not very friendly with laser. So when you do the laser, you edge it's really not very good. So what they suggested was that I also 3D print the text, which I tried. But maybe I think tried it on 0.4. The text wasn't that good. Like you'd know it's 3D printed. Like it's okay, but I'm going for some commercial quality buttons. I mean, that's the whole point of doing this. I wanted to be able to come up with a product that I can sell that's decent with a good price. Something that's affordable to an average DCS player. Let's pull out the buttons. They are now dried. So taking them out of here. Pretty nice. Why don't we put it here? Give it a... Oh, yeah, I still have to shave off some of the excess. Yeah, but that's not working for now. Okay. Oh, this one. Got some excess glue on the sides, so kinda stuck to the silicone. Yeah, we'll have to clean that. So this is RCL. For the RCL, we would color the sides This is what happens when you have too much glue. It gets stuck on the jig, so the silicone sticks to the sides of it. And that's why I should not put too much glue. But anyway, that shouldn't be a big problem. Like I would really clean it up anyway. Putting them carefully, as if it's important to. What's important is when we start aligning them on the faces. It's important they're perfectly aligned. Enter. See, the enter is slightly taller. I don't think you'll see that from where the camera is. There you go, there you go. So next thing we'll be doing is, I guess, we will be going back to the board assembly. So this is done now. We can also start 3D printing the internal frame. The knob set, we already have this. Yeah, we're almost done. No, we're almost halfway. Okay, so I'll get back working on the board. Maybe I can include like filing off the edges of this bottom so that it goes through our panel. Yeah, let's just work on that very quickly. Set up my in the eye. What network are we in? In the wrong network. Link. Okay. Let me just set up the cam for that, so I can grind the edges of the stem of the buttons, or whatever I should call that. Let me just set that up. Okay, and we're ready. Let's go. stick the buttons there. We'll also be cleaning the sides with the glue. One. Two. Drop it. X. Now the side. This thing. Glue stuck on it. Good. Yeah, this one also has F16 blue. And there we are. There we are. Okay, let's go back to our okay, so let's see. It's 9. Yep. So it goes through it. That's 3. That's 6. This is enter. 8. I'm just picking up the buttons randomly. That's 7, 0. One. That's 2. This is 5. Goes to the middle. 4. Call or CL. Then we have, oops, that would be air to air or air to ground. This is air to air. This is list. Memorize those buttons. This is IFF. This is COM2. Oh. We'll still need a bit of shaving, I guess, on the whole. And this is COM1. Not going through very well. Yeah, probably would use some shaving there, but I think it's more on the panel, not the button, because I haven't really cleared up the holes of this panel, so you have resin still on the edges. Okay, so guess we're done with that. Yeah, so we've got assembling buttons. Yep. So next stop is 3D printing our internal frame. So I also just bought the red PETG or PETG, which I will use for the internal frame, not eternal flame. For those who grew up in the 80s. Okay, so let's open this up. We also have our soldering iron in here, which we will need to complete the board. Anyway, I think that should be for our next stream. Like, this stream is supposed to be just for our buttons, but I guess we can start printing the internal frame so that when we go to our next stream, we should be ready with the frame and start assembling the board again. Maker Lab is where I would always buy my 3D printing stuff. Let's just get that out of the way. There you go. So here's our soldering iron. Yeah, it's all wrapped up. Bubble wrapped. I'd say it's too much bubble wrapping. That's the soldering iron box. Yeah. And there we are. There we are. Okay. I hope this is better than the one we had before. And here is our red PETG or PETG filament for the internal frame. Just put this on my AMS. The AMS is our Bamboo Lab. I don't know how it's called. Auto material system. I don't know. Or switch. I don't know what it's AMS for. But let's switch to that. So that's the AMS. Wait, switching. Yeah, so that's the AMS. And this is our filament. Vacuum sealed. This is E-Sun. Yeah, it's really red. Okay. Silicone, we're collecting that, and let's switch. I guess what's this? This is PLA. I'm gonna take that out and replace that with our red PETG. You can see there's another red there, but for something like this, which we want to last much longer, we don't need PETG. E-Sun PLA lasts longer than the usual PLA. Yeah, they do. But I haven't really tried it for more than a year, so I wouldn't know. But the older PLAs I had in the past, like Polymaker, after a year, they were disintegrating. You know, I mean, they get really weak, and we don't want that. Okay. Dogs. Yeah. Okay. Let me go to our bamboo. Let me open up our bamboo studio. That's one of the colors I use. It's actually take away the to-do. Where's our bamboo lab? Not showing. So attracted to them from anywhere. Anywhere around the world, which also means that somebody else, like remember Bambolam is made in China, so somebody else from China brought those okay, so I guess stop this video. The assembly board. Okay. Great, great. Okay, so that's a bye-bye for now.